Welcome back as we continue to celebrate Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, now coming to a close. Our next guest created his business in his living room with his own mother. Yeah, from packaging the first shipment together to now owning an extremely successful company that has been connecting over 100 countries with the authentic taste and culture of Japan through his monthly snack box subscription business called Bokksu. Here to share more, please welcome founder of Bokksu, Danny Taing. How exciting!
I know. Thank you so much, Rhina. I'm so super excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. As you heard me introduce, happy Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
It's been really fun, but really exhausting. This is the busiest APAM month I've ever experienced.
But it's a beautiful thing to have that level of acknowledgement, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it should be all year round, but it's okay, you know, because we have it too as Latinos. You know, we have that 1 month where it's like, oh, everybody wants to have a conversation about our heritage, and so let's just open up with sharing with everyone I guess the risk that you chose to take and its foundation, because your family has a lot to do with how you ended up where you are.
Yeah, so I'm actually from New York City. Originally, I was born in Manhattan. My family used to live in the Bronx, and so it's really wonderfully full circle that I'm here right now speaking with you.
Awesome.
And but after college, I went and lived in Japan for 4 years. I'm personally really passionate about Japanese language, food, and culture. My parents are refugees from Cambodia, but I personally just really love Japan. A lot of people are really into Japanese food and culture nowadays too.
My daughter included.
Yeah. And I got business fluent in Japanese. My whole life changed my 4 years I lived there. And even at my last year, I met somebody who became my husband. He's Japanese as well. His name is Shunsuke. He's amazing. But I moved back to New York.
All right, Shunsuke, because he's amazing. Shout out.
I moved back to New York City 10 years ago and lost access to all of this, as well as felt this reverse culture shock when I moved back here, because all of a sudden I realized, like, again, oh, we're kind of a minority here. Americans are thinking Japan is all just about sushi and geishas,
right.
And there's a whole lot to it more than that.
Right.
And so that's one of the main reasons I started Bokksu about almost 8 years ago now, in my living room in New York, as you said, by myself. But then I needed help, so I asked my mom, who's like a retired housewife, like, hey, Mom, do you have time? Can you help me pack boxes? And she was like, I would love to. And
so I know that we're gonna dive into this amazing box, but let's start with the concept itself, right? Because in some aspect, you're kind of introducing the culture in its authentic form and supporting local businesses in Japan and introducing it to America in these wonderful boxes in a way that is probably exclusive.
Yeah, that was the entire idea when I got started, was that, yes, you can find Pocky or Haichu or even Japanese Kit Kats throughout America, but what I really loved when I lived there for the 4 years was that there's all these family businesses, hundreds if not thousands throughout Japan. Some of them been around for hundreds of years, even older than America, and they've been making their snacks for generations. But they're having a hard time right now because Japan has a declining population and they don't know how to ship or sell things overseas. So that's where I came in with Bokksu, to help bridge cultures through authentic Japanese food from these family businesses.
So does it have something to do with the value of the currency? Because yen is very expensive.
It used to be expensive. It's
actually
not anymore nowadays.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
It's really gone down a lot. And so that's been also kind of a little bit tough for them. And so for us, we helped them a lot because we transact in yen. We have a whole company in Japan team there too. And so it's to help support these family businesses, especially because I have one with my parents and what they've built brick by brick in America. So I really feel for them and I really want to help connect. Plus, these are things you can't find in America. That makes it more exclusive.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This is like heaven for me right now because this is something that you can subscribe to, right? And you can you get a box every month, and every month it's a different box.
Totally different curation.
So it's like a surprise every month.
Surprise. We also actually publish everything on our website that's in the box. So if it happens to be a month you're not into for whatever reason, you can skip it. So it's a no commitment thing, but we have customers that have been with us for years. They love it.
All right. So, what are we going to try today?
So we're gonna try one of our like most beloved flagship products. It's actually in this like separate little box here. It's called the white strawberry, and it's from Nagano, Japan. And it's a strawberry that's been freeze dried and then infused with liquid white chocolate. It's delicious. So if you just tear through it,
Did he just say white strawberry? Just the name alone,
so
I
you
could
can see
only.
that it like is kind of an unassuming little adorable strawberry.
Uh-huh.
I'd recommend like popping the whole thing or half of it in your mouth and
Okay.
just. I want to see your reaction.
Wow. I have to take this in. Wow.
What do you think, Rhina?
I would have preferred taking little bites of it,
That's true.
just to preserve it.
There's a few more left out you can
All right,
have
thank
afterwards.
you.
Yeah.
That
It's
is amazing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm trying to find the words to describe it because the way it melts in your mouth after the initial chew and the flavor of the strawberry is fresh.
yeah.
It doesn't taste like it's been preserved.
It's really, I mean, it's just freeze dried, so it's very, very natural, and it's amazing because it's the world's first and only. So this maker has this patented process, family business in Nagano, and he is crushing it. And we are their exclusive distributor in America.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm going to assume that's your favorite because
That's my favorite.
Because you pulled it out like in a way that I'm like, oh, well, this is definitely a personal choice, which I dig. And so I know we're going to try something else, but I did want to just mention the fact that since you brought up that you're married and you have a husband, I understand that you also are very active within the LGBTQ community and that you hire like within the community. And so I just want to know what that's been like for you in moving forward with your company, as well as raising funds, because you know what we didn't mention is how you raised $100 million.
$20 million at $100 million valuation.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
but
Oh,
yes.
no,
Yeah, yeah.
it still has millions.
Yeah. I'd love to talk about it because for me, as a gay Asian male founder, like my previous background is I'd worked in a couple of different companies, but I never felt like I fit in. Like when I worked at a tech company in the Bay Area, leadership was all white, and when I worked at the Japanese company in Tokyo, like nobody was out, nobody was outwardly gay. And I actually had to go back into the closet for the first time since high school, and I just like really felt like I was losing myself. So when I started Bokksu here in New York City, I even moved back to New York because in New York you can really be your authentic self.
Right.
That's one of the beautiful things about New York City I love so much.
Yeah, I think that's what we all love about it, right? It's like we just find a way to understand each other and just embrace who we are.
So after I kind of outgrew my mother and I had to start hiring people.
You
And,
outgrew your mother. How'd you do that? I want to know that trick.
and when I started hiring, what was important to me was that like it wasn't going to become like a monochromatic company. I wanted to have diversity, but I didn't want to hire for diversity.
Right.
So what I did instead was instill core values into the company of things like empathy, respect, humility, still of course with a lot of hunger and curiosity wanting to grow, but like having those things and leading with those values just attracted a lot of people to the company. Plus, because I was so public about my identities, that just attracted a certain type of candidate too. And now I'm proud to say that Bokksu has over 80% female, queer, and/or POC teammates.
Very nice. Bravo.
Thank you.
Oh, bravo.
It's a fun workspace too.
You look fun. So I'm like, oh my gosh, you get to taste samples all day long. I mean, I don't know if that's part of the job.
That
but
is part of the job.
It is part of the job?
Once a month, we have snack tasting day where the whole team comes together and we taste about 50 samples to whittle it down to like 16 unique products, over 20 items per box. And the team loves it. It still is today. Every month we just taste, and it's a hard job, I know.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So let's just go over what's in this box right now. So this is what comes every month.
Yes, so this is an example of one of my most recent curations, Midori Summer. Midori means green in Japan, so it's kind of like a fresh, early summer vibe. And what we have is, see, we also curate based on color, and we do it based on taste, size, like a balance of sweet and savory. And for this one, we have a good amount of matcha. We also have a good amount of just like different like green packaging and seaweed and things like that. And we have what we call a culture guide magazine here. Every month, we produce this ourselves. It's full color, we do our own photography, and we write our own copy about how to best enjoy the snacks, because it's all in Japanese. And so we help translate everything, common allergens, all of those things, yeah.
Nice. So it's in Japanese and translated to English, and it describes the product, what's inside of it, and how you're supposed to eat it.
And exactly, and we have a tea pairing every month too, so we include that and how to best enjoy everything, because Japanese people usually eat all of their snacks with tea. And so it's like a nice, almost like authentic experience and ritual as well.
Nice. So does tea come with it as
A
well?
tea pairing, yeah. So either like sencha, genmaicha, hojicha, all different types of Japanese teas.
Awesome. Wow. This is like a whole experience, pretty much.
Pretty much. So you get to like travel through Japan from the comfort of your home is the idea. And it like also grew a lot in the last few years during pandemic, as you might imagine. Yeah.
I want to say before we run out of time, we got to try one more item.
Yes.
So, because I'm like, this is awesome. I mean, I could just go on and on and on about this. I mean, perhaps we should have been sitting on, on pillows on the floor. I mean, we might as well go all the way in, right? I told you my daughter's a big fan of Japanese culture, so
She's gonna love it.
This is gonna go over very well.
And so we have our really authentic box that ships from Japan. And for this next item, we also recently launched Bokksu Market, which is our Asian version of this like online fun Asian snack grocery store. And this is one example of what we have on there, which is a Lay's Kobe beef ribeye steak potato chip. And so you can see this package is just so delicious. There's like a steak right on it. And it's got like, you can smell it, try it.
But it's not
so
made with
yummy.
steak, right?
I think there is real beef in it.
But I don't eat meat.
Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
I'm gonna try it just because.
Oh, I'm so
I don't think. No, I'll take a little piece. It's fine. Because I want to try it just to try it, even though I don't
Thank
eat
you
red
so
meat.
much, Rhina.
It's a chip, you know. Kind of makes me question why I give a red meat.
And this is actually from, I
can't
believe this is
believe
from
it. This
Taiwan.
thing tastes like steak.
Yeah, so
It tastes like a ribeye steak.
right? It's got that fattiness. It's got that garlic chip. It's showing in the background, and so
Look,
and this is
everybody.
actually from Taiwan, because Bokksu Market is a pan-Asian online grocery store that ships nationwide. And for New York, it's next day shipping, free next day shipping. So that's been growing a lot too. So we have multiple businesses now.
This is amazing. Well, I think it's lovely that you're also supporting local businesses in Japan. And of course, you've expanded throughout the country. So before we go, if someone wanted to sign up and become, what are they, members?
Members,
Is that how
exactly.
you do it?
Yeah. To become a member, they just go to bokksu.com. It's BOKKSU.com. And if they want to buy a lot of awesome Asian snacks and grocery items, it's bokksumarket.com. A quick Google search will find it too.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on all your endeavors,
Thank you, Rhina.
millionaire Danny Taing.
One day, one day.
Oh, you guys, once again, Danny Taing, founder of Bokksu, and for more information and becoming a member and or inquiring about further, Japanese culture, you can go to bokksu.com and stay tuned because Open Order Spotlight is coming up next.